I'm Gerald Bentley, and this is Wrestling with Sales. Today, in the spirit of Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world, I only have one thing to say: acknowledge me. How often would you like to say that to your leads, to your customers that you're trying to follow up with? How many times in the day at a dealership would you like to say, acknowledge me? A lot, I'm sure, over and over and over again. You call up and you get voicemails, right? You send emails, nobody responds, nobody opens. You send text messages and they don't opt in. So if they don't opt in, you can't send another text. So then you go to sending text messages from your phone, which is problematic because you're setting yourself up for possible canned spam violations because you're not getting permission to contact the customer, but you're just trying, right? And then you're done because you made your phone calls, you sent your emails, and nobody acknowledged you. You got nothing. The problem is with today's reality, with what we have at dealerships to sell, you do need to reach people because you don't have cars on the lot. You're not going to have people coming in just ready to drive a car. You're not going to swim through ups. It's not 20 years ago. There's just not the option. You do have to reach people. The internet has become so important to dealerships because if you take a look at it, honestly, the vast majority of your sales are internet sales, be it an internet lead or a phone call from somebody looking at the website, either at home or on their phone while they're driving around dealerships because they're checking out the inventory. Think about it, right? If you're being honest, the customer calling up asking, hey, do you have this 2017 Chevy Malibu? You're a Honda dealership. How would they know you have a 2017 Chevy Malibu unless they were looking at your website and they call directly? So, by any realistic definition, it's an internet lead. Now, your pay plan may dictate it that it's not, but I mean, reality it is. So, reaching people is becoming super, super important. We have to change up a little bit how we do it because numbers don't lie. And if you take a look at the CRM, be it if I'm talking to a salesperson individually or I'm talking to a new car manager, a used car manager, a GSM or a GM, take a look at the number of attempts that your team makes. And you may be quite surprised at how low it is. And I know why it's that low. It's because they're discouraged. They've just given up. They've tried sometimes and nobody's acknowledging them. So why keep calling? Well, the why is because you need the customers to come in. They keep calling because you don't have any other thing to do to reach people effectively. So need some ideas on how to better try to get somebody to acknowledge you. Talk about that in a second. I do want to talk about Montway Auto Transport because they do have a question for all the auto dealers and managers and salespeople watching. Auto dealers, do you know where your vehicles are and when they'll arrive? I know the inventory management challenges dealers face, so I'm certain the answer right now is a resounding no. But Montway Auto Transport can change that answer to a confident yes with the Montway Automation Portal, better known as MAP. MAP offers a smarter way to move and manage orders while giving you end-to-end visibility of all inbound and outbound units. You can upload VINs, get pricing, dispatch the orders, and track every unit on the dashboard. Leveraging Map can save you time and money and get vehicles to your lots quicker to sell. With Map, you can book, track, and manage your inventory from one revolutionary platform. See Map in action at www.montway.com/map. Go ahead and write it down. You can take a look. The name's up in the corner. www.montway.com/map. Put your dealership on the map. Now, let's get back to it, right? How do you get somebody to acknowledge you? What I've seen a lot at plenty of the dealerships that I check out, the salespeople are trying to reach the customers, but here's what they're doing. They're making one phone call a day, and they're generally making it at the same time every day, usually right at the start of their shift. So if it's an 8:30 shift, they're calling from 8:30 to 9. If it's an 11 o'clock shift, they're calling from 11 to 11:30. Now let's think about it. If you made those 20 phone calls at 9 a.m. on Monday and you got 18 voicemails, one answer, one person said they weren't interested. Not a great return, right? You go back Tuesday, you make the same 20 calls. Now you got one answer. They're still not sure if they want to come in. The other person who said they weren't really interested, they didn't answer. And then you left another 18 voicemails. Wednesday, same thing. You see the trend here. Now, obviously, there's some new leads that filter in, but the problem is you're calling the same people at the same time using the same medium. Your results are probably going to be the same. So you need to change the pattern some, change your levels. If you're in an amateur match and the person's going down for a double leg or a single leg takedown, your coach would tell you, you got to change your level. You got to get lower, because if you stay up high, you're dead. You're going to get taken down. Well, you can change your levels too. Instead of calling every day at the same time, change it up. Maybe a call at 10:30. Maybe a call at 12:45, right when the person's lunch break's ending, if they work a regular 9 to 5 shift. Maybe a call at 4:30. Their workday's just about winding down. They're maybe getting ready to head out. They may answer. Call at 5:30. Maybe they're on the way home. Try different times. Rotate the times you're calling and call 8 or 9 numbers at a time. If you're going to make 25 phone calls a day, if that's what you're tasked with, break it up. Make 9 phone calls in a morning slot, make 8 in an afternoon slot, make 8 in a late afternoon slot, and rotate what times you're calling the people. So you're trying different numbers at different times. I know if somebody's trying to call me and they call my cell phone between 9 and 4, if I'm working on a project or if I'm working at a conference, they are going to get a voicemail. Period. They're going to get the voicemail. Now, I may see it and I'll immediately call back if it's someone that I've been expecting to call. But a random marketing call, it's not getting answered. You're probably the same. You don't answer random phone calls during the workday. Why should your customer? A lot of times your phone numbers are coming across as likely spam. So rotate them around. Try different times. Try sending to every lead an email, a text, and a phone call. Do it quickly and do it 3 times the first 3 days. That's your best shot to reach that customer up front. Most of the time, most salespeople, you're getting 1, 2, 3 strikes, they're out, and that lead doesn't get contacted again. Ironically, though, the average lead doesn't respond until time 12. Most dealerships never even get close to that. That's today's advice for wrestling with sales, to get people to acknowledge you and get into the ring so you have a chance to sell. I'll have more and I'll get deeper into it on how to do text messages and how to follow up with emails on the next Wrestling with Sales. But for today, ask your customers, keep doing it. Just don't tell them directly. Acknowledge me. I'm Gerald Bentley. Thanks for watching.